Good, how y'all doing? About to get it in. Let me go ahead and shoot some invites real quick. You know, about to get it in right now. Much appreciation to y'all for y'all presence. You know, yeah, man. Shooting out the invites real quick. You know what I mean? A4, my A4 peoples. You know what I mean? Much appreciation to all the members. Yeah, I'm going to set it off though. Let's get the screen share popping real quick. Told you I'm gonna get that screen share right. I'm gonna get it right. I got it right though. You know what I'm saying? About to get into the screen share. You know. It's gonna begin though. Let's go and run it back. That's what we're dealing with.
All rights reserved.
What's up, girls? Ain't nothing. This nigga in here stressing, talking that old off the wall, back to Africa shit again. What? That guy body shift? Yeah, that dumb shit. I'm trying to get up out of here. I hear that.
But you're not black. Remember, we only kill black people. Yeah, we only kill black people, right?
They don't look like Indians to me, and they don't look like Indians to Indians. They don't look like Indians.
He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work.
Got no strings. I've got no strings, so I have fun. I'm not tied up to anyone. They got strings, but
As you can see, there are no strings on me.
He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work.
we're part of an international organization, Mr. Welch. Some of the greatest thinkers in the world believe social scientists must be allowed to study behavior unfettered by conventional concepts. And believe me, we've learned an incredible amount about the human mind and behavior since we started these experiments. I want to ask you a question, and that is, what is in your life's blueprint? This is the most important and crucial period of your lives, for what you do now and what you decide now at this age may well determine which way your life shall go.
I wanna know what's going on, baby. Yes, I wanna know what's going on right now. Oh, what's going on right now? Tell me, yeah, what's going on? All right.
The movement, if it wanted to, but it has gotten into the possession of a man who's become senile in his old age and perhaps doesn't realize it. And then he has surrounded himself by his children who are now in power and want nothing but luxury and security and comfort and will do anything to safeguard their own interests. So I feel responsible for having played a major role in developing a criminal organization. It was not a criminal organization at the outstart. It was an organization that had the power, the spiritual power, to reform the criminal. And this is what you have to understand. As long as that strong spiritual power was in the movement, it gave the moral strength to the believer that would enable him to rise above all his negative tendencies. I know for a fact that there is a conspiracy between the Muslims and the Lincoln Rockwell Nazi and also the Ku Klux Klan. There is a conspiracy.
Describe this conspiracy.
Well, the Ku Klux Klan made a deal, or yes, when I said that no one can clean up our home but us, and that we will clean it up, including and no one should control it but us, including the politics. What do I mean? I mean exactly that. Community intends to get involved in every kind of action that's going on in New York City. We don't intend to let anybody downtown influence us in any way, shape, or form. We want the influence to come from Harlem and from other Harlems around the country. Now, this doesn't mean we're anti-outside of Harlem. This doesn't mean we're anti-Bronx or anti-White Plains or anti-white or anti-German or anything like that. But it means we're pro-Harlem. We're pro-ourselves. We want to start doing something for ourselves. That's all it means. It means that we want to stop begging you for your school. We want you to get out of the way and let us straighten out the schools in Harlem.
He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work.
You're not black. Remember, we only kill black people. Yeah, we only kill black people, right?
A4 media. All rights reserved. Yo, let's get it in, y'all. How y'all doing, though? Yo, about to get into some shit right now. Yeah, uh-oh. Let me turn that off. Yo, Copper Empress, how you doing? Supposed to be having some guests joining us. You know what I'm saying? Some great people. I guess they'll let me know when they're present. But I'm about to go ahead and get it in right now, though. Man, as you see here, subject matter is the ability to adapt social engineering, social media, the recent blacklisting of African Americans in various public foreign-owned businesses. I want to deal with that right now. All right, I want someone jump into that right now. Hands down, yo, how people been supporting all these foreign businesses, man. Let's take it back real quick, though. You know what I'm saying? Because like some people might have forgot, man. You know, let's check it out real quick. 60s era, colored, section. I remember the images of the ice cream shops. I remember those pictures. Y'all remember those pictures? Look at that shit. Look. Here you go. Right there. First, black people, right? Come on, man. Hold on. What kind of images can we find? See, Google ain't on point. Google's not on point, man. But all right, I'm just gonna go to set the time and space real quick. Here we go. Once upon a time ago, restaurants looked like classrooms. Depending on what kind of school you go to now, the restaurant may look like a classroom. That kind of shit. They got some cheap ass tables. Shit be looking silly. It's not 5-star. It's not 5-star. Now, my background, my experience. Just letting some people know. Yes, the new one, the new Tomahawk Tony channel, the new channel. That's what it is. Oh, Buck, you here?
Yes.
Oh, what's good? Hey, Buck, perfect timing, man. Damn, perfect timing. Hey, Buck, do you remember? Hey, everyone present. Hey, us guys send out big shout out and much appreciation to Buck Wallum, the indigenous one, for his service over the years, man. African Africans, man. How you doing, Buck?
Oh, everything's cool.
All right, so Buck, I got a serious question real quick. Now, do you remember those depictions? Because I wasn't present during the time. I think it was like the 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s, something like that. They were taking pictures of our people trying to have ice cream, trying to drink water out of water fountain, and there was pictures of our people like pretty much there was a colored section and there was a quote unquote white section, right?
Yes.
You remember those images?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm trying to find an image here. I'm trying to figure out exactly what to look for right now so I can run that back. Because I think I was pretty specific with Google. You know what? Let me add in the word. Let me add in the word discrimination. I'm gonna do that because I need people to see the discrimination, color discrimination, 60s era color discrimination. Here we go. Here we go, y'all. Here's one. So this is prior to the Public Law 90-284. This is prior to that. Okay? Now, hey Buck.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about and I'm about comparative analysis here, right? What was taking place back then where was our people, we on our land, and we're like, yo, we want some ice cream, we want to go to the restaurant to eat. And these foreigners who are on our land, these European descent motherfuckers, all right, they're like, well, you can't eat here. And if you are going to eat, you gotta come through the back door, and you gotta sit down over there somewhere. Is that what happened? Because I wasn't present, but is that what happened?
Yeah. I wasn't present either, but yeah. But you have to understand how that all came about. And so when people build things, they build them for themselves, their friends, their family, whatnot. You are asking them to give you rights to go eat in their restaurants instead of just building your own. I mean, the African American always like to pat himself on the back saying how we built this country. Well, what did you build for yourselves? And then, of course, we get into the mode where now we arguing and fussing and fighting. But all that stuff in the era was, to me, was to bring people awareness to the stores, to the ice cream parlors, so they can come on out and support those. The Negroes, they treat you any kind of way because you don't have your own stuff.
That's
you
right.
refuse to build
That's
your
right.
you refuse to build your own stuff. You want to go in there knowing that, I mean, why would you go into a place where you know nobody wants you there and start demanding that they serve you?
Nope.
What do you think they will do to your food? I mean, what do you think they'll do to the food when you're not watching?
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
mean, so that's where we have the African American at today. Very dumb, don't look at things in reality, don't look at what happened in history, and just keeps pretending like they're a part of, the overall fabric of America. You're not. You are what's used to make it grow. That's it.
Yo, I learned that in college, to be honest with you, when I was in college. But I'm gonna jump into the definition of the word integration. The action or process of integrating, economic and political integration. Okay. Now, that's definition number one. Well, I'm gonna jump down to number three. The coordination of processes in the nervous system, including diverse sensory information and motor impulses. Motor impulses, sensory information and motor impulses, right? So now, here it is, our people. I mean, goddamn. Like, please pardon me, y'all, for looking at the consumer data reports, but I just have to do it. It's called Our Science. Her Magic. That's what it's called, right? So I'm gonna pull this up again. just because this is what I do. This is what Tomahawk Tony does here. All right. So we got it up one time. Let's pull it up one time. Our science, her magic. African American women. Hey, first and foremost, to our mothers and daughters out there, how do you feel? I got a real simple question. How do you feel about these foreigners coming up with this document here, or them having this kind of perception in regards to you as an American woman? All right. If you know your genealogy, especially for those of you that know your genealogy, that know that you're not no goddamn African, okay? How do you feel about these foreigners creating this consumer data report saying their science and your magic? I really need that question answered. I haven't had a whole lot of due diligence in regards to, just natural response from the few mothers and daughters in which I've spoken to about it. But I'm just very curious to know that. But in these consumer data reports, it says blatantly, our science, her magic, pertaining to our American women. All right. So I'm just going to keep this real simple with it. We have integration here, which is a byproduct of social engineering. Social engineering. Because let me share something with you in regards to social engineering. Every time we communicate, every time we speak to each other, every time we engage in whatever kind of relations with each other, every time we are just simply being ourselves as being members of nature, okay, being natural people, we are engaged in engineering of our societies. Here's a definition of social engineering. The use of centralized planning in an attempt to manage social change and regulate the future development of behavior of a society. Second definition, second part of the definition. In the context of information security, the use of deception to manipulate individuals into divulging confidential personal information that may be used for fraudulent purposes. Well, goddamn. Hey, Buck.
Yes.
You heard those definitions?
Say them again.
Okay, so definition number one for social engineering: the use of centralized planning in an attempt to manage social change and regulate the future development and behavior of a society. The second definition is, in the context of information security, the use of deception to manipulate individuals into divulging confidential or personal information that may be used for fraudulent purposes.
Yeah, I mean that you know what comes to my mind when I think of that?
What? Tell me. What comes to your mind?
You know how they always have these commercials, movies, any kind of media thing when they're setting up their platform, but they always sprinkle you in there to make it seem like it's legitimate.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Right?
Yeah.
It's okay. We're doing this.
And you're used to integrate it to let everybody else know that it's okay.
Word. Hey, yo, so I need to I got some people hitting me back right now. Yo, AB, how you doing? How you doing, Miss Brown? I gotta send somebody out a link real quick, link to this live right now. Hey Buck, can you continue for a hot minute, please?
Yes.
Please go in on that, man. Please tell us a little bit more, because your wisdom is appreciated. You know what I mean?
Well, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you for thinking it is important. Basically what I'm looking at, the reality, if you look at everything that's going on in America, I think you just had some people get killed in a Starbucks or something, or a Waffle House.
Waffle House.
Yeah. So, things like that. A young lady, there goes another one of your women. There's no kids coming out of that. So that you can't so with that happening, you can't grow. And so if that's happening to a significant amount of your young ladies, it won't be long before you're wiped off the planet. Now, the African American, when they hear that, they'll say, well, you hating. No, I'm just telling you what's going on.
Play it while you hating.
Well, these are the things, because remember, I mean, I think a person that a lot of the people should listen to, Elder Cat, and he comes with it, is a brother named Neely Fuller.
Uh-huh.
And he comes with it all. He's just matter of fact about it. This thing's what we're saying. People try to make it seem like what we're saying is as hateful, or we hating, or we don't like ourselves. They say that. They're not saying that against us. They're saying that against them, because they have no rebuttal for what is being said. Wow. So if somebody, when you come up, here's an example. Last week you did a program on the Moors, where they come from, how they were created, and everything. If you share that information with Moors, they'll automatically go to another subject. Why? Because they don't want to expose themselves. They don't expect us to know what they are about. And when we find out what they are about, they go ahead and try to run away from it.
Okay, hey, Buck. I just want to ask a real quick question. Since you brought up the Moors, I know I referenced them a moment ago, but since you brought them up though, can I go ahead and present this particular text here? Because people saw the previous content from the previous presentations and all of that. Is it cool if I show this, and can you look at it too? Let me know if you can see it. Is it cool if I show it first?
Of course.
All right, that's what I already know it is, but I'm just saying, man, I value, I appreciate. Now, the title is document. I titled it because I found it. I called it More-BS. Okay. Now, I'm gonna zoom in. Okay. So this was presented to the General Assembly of Pennsylvania, file of the House of Representatives. We got all the notary seals and resolution number 75, blah, blah, blah. But can you see it?
Could you go? I want to show you something. Can you go back up for a minute?
Yeah.
You see right under where it says file of the House of Representatives, to the right under the word representatives?
Yeah.
You see where it says Orange County, Florida?
That's right.
Why is this the General Assembly of Pennsylvania, but everything is done in Florida?
Yo, now I don't want to really jump into that subject matter right now, because there's some shit going down in Florida. There has been some shit going on down in Florida for quite some time now. I haven't spent a lot of time doing research on it, but I've heard some things from some chiefs down there that's telling me about some bullshit that's going on down in Florida. But if you would care to elaborate on why you asked the question of why, would you like to share why it says that? Because that is very interesting. I'm
just bringing it up. I mean, if this was as a General Assembly in Pennsylvania, why is a receipt given to it in Florida? Why was this documented? I don't know what those receipts mean, if it was filed in Florida or what not. What does that mean?
Well, I don't know. All right. I'll just put it like this, man. We see right here, all right, because on to the left of that, of the same section which you're addressing or bringing up, it says State of Florida, County of Orange. I hereby certify that this is a copy of the document as recorded in this office, blah, 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 county comptroller, all right, with this county seal, etc. Now, it looks like this document has been superimposed. But what I want to address, I mean, because, we got foreigners that engage in fraud. A Moor is a foreigner, and it says it here in this document. And that's my reason for bringing up this document here. It says it blatantly in this document here. I found this some years ago. All right. Let's keep it moving. Blah, blah, blah. Moorish American Society of Philadelphia and use of their names. Listen, many sons and daughters of that proud and handsome race, which inspired the architecture of Northern Africa and carried into Spain the influence of its artistic temperament, have become citizens of this nation. Dun, 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 dun. In the city, why does it say if? Why does it say if? You see how they got typos and shit like that? You see how fucked up that is right there? In the city, if. I believe that's supposed to be. But maybe it is if Philadelphia. We gotta define Philadelphia because apparently Philadelphia itself comes from some foreign shit, right?
Yes.
Anyway, without getting all of that shit, in the city, if Philadelphia, there exists a Moorish American society made up of Moors who have found here the end of their quest for a home and of the children of those who journeyed here from the plains of Morocco. This society has done much to bring about a thorough absorption by these people of those principles which are necessary to make them good American citizens. Technically, they're U.S. citizens. But anyway, these Moorish, which is equivalent to an African, same difference, same thing. These Moorish / African Americans have since being here missed the use of the titles and name annexations that were so familiar at home and which are used in accordance with the doctrines of religious faith to which they are adherents, therefore be it. Blah, 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 blah. Point here being this. Made up of Moors who have found here the end of their quest for a home, and of the children of those who journeyed here from the plains of Morocco. This is not a game, y'all. Social engineering. Social engineering. And I need our people to be aware of this. Hey, Puck, how do you feel about that?
That's exactly what's happening. And the problem where we're at is that you not only are when you talk to the Moors, they sound just how you just read, what that sounds like, what you just read. What gets me is that you have all these people listen to what these dudes say and can't make out what they're listening to is bullshit.
That's the funny part, right?
They will argue. I'm like, what are you saying? The Moors are foreigners. You just gave ample enough evidence, but damn, these cats will fight talking about, no, America is ours. It's not. And the people who are indigenous to Americans, the so-called African Americans, blacks, Negroes, coloreds, jigaboo, whatever name is used to describe them, they let and this is what I mean, they let other people, foreigners, come in and claim what's theirs. And they jump behind the people who's claiming their stuff and pat them on the back saying, yeah, you're right. So this is a major part. This is a major hindrance on the indigenous people moving forward.
I mean, absolutely. Let me pull up some text real quick. I prepared a little bit. I'm gonna jump to some things here. Okay, so we see down here at the bottom of this text. I read this the other day. I'll read it again. And this is the introduction of sketches of the history of the North American Indians, something like that. I shared it in the previous live. It says here, Indian allies were entitled to a premium for every scalp of an enemy. That means enemy Indian. We're talking about in the war preceding 1703. The government of Massachusetts gave 12 pounds for every Indian scalp. Once again, Indian allies were entitled to a premium for every scalp of an enemy. And the government of Massachusetts, which is foreign, gave 12 pounds for every Indian scalp. So that's a scalp of your relatives, scalp of your friends, your neighbors, neighboring nations, neighboring clans, the whole nine. Basically, they turned out people into mercenaries. That's what it said right there within the first two sentences. Okay? In that year, the premium was raised to 40 pounds, but in 1722 was augmented to 100 pounds, a sum sufficient to purchase a considerable extent of American land. An act was passed on the 25th of February, 1745 by the American colonial legislature entitled An Act for Giving a Reward for Such Scalps. Now, I haven't had an opportunity to further my research on that part right there, that citation right there of the 1745 American colonial legislator. That is what we have to look into. We need to know who the legislator was, who composed, what was the composition of that legislators? Who was those legislators? All right. Not content with this execrable pollution of their minds by the agency of lucre, we have sown party division among the Indians, which in all its discordant shapes rages with uncontrolled sway. Their nations are split up into fragments. The son is arrayed against the father, brother against brother, families against families, tribes against tribes. Yo, a buck.
Yes, sir.
Does that sound familiar?
Yes, the same thing that's going on today.
Right now. And so, hold on. But we're talking about 1703, 1722, 1745 are the dates shown here, correct?
Yes.
Fast forward to 2018. Same shit?
So just imagine, they're given 100 pounds per scalp. So that's just like what are they doing with the women now? They're trafficking the women.
They're trafficking men too, though.
Yeah, I mean it's the same thing. I mean, it's not the same act. They're not cutting people's heads off, but they are removing the people from the land so they can bring over more foreigners to fill those people places.
But meanwhile, thanks to the gang violence, because this right here, it says their nations are split up into fragments. The son is arrayed against the father, brother against brother, families against families, tribes against tribes. So now we're familiar with gang on gang violence. This is our American people who have been positioned, socially engineered to kill each other, to take the scalps of each other. Then when they get locked up, they continue doing it. Am I lying?
Nope.
And canton against canton. They are divided into factions, religious, political, and personal. Christian and pagan, American and British, the followers of Corn Planter and Sagwaha, of Sconadoy and Captain Peter. The minister of destruction is hovering over them. And before the passing away of the present generation, not a single Iroquois will be seen in the state of New York. What do we know about New York right now? What do we know?
We know that the indigenous people in America are being replaced. They are being kicked out of or being removed from where they used to live. Harlem is a good example. And if you ever notice, if you ever notice the so-called conscious community, the hip hop community, those things were started in New York. Why? Because New York is the portal for all the immigrants to come over. That's why they have the Statue of Liberty, letting the people know that's coming across that North Atlantic that you've made it. The indigenous people who live there, and if all you have to do is go to New York, hang out a week, and walk out and check out the indigenous people, you will be amazed. You will be amazed because
incredible, man.
I mean, because a lot of the people in entertainment and sports and stuff, they come out of New York. New York's a major city in this whole paradigm of this white supremacy thing. A whole lot. You remember hip
Foreign
hop.
supremacy. Foreign. I wanna. Pardon me, Buck. I just want to put that in there. The foreigners.
Yes. I mean, foreign supremacy.
Yes.
And so if you look at what happens to the indigenous people in New York, they're a worldwide embarrassment.
Damn. Really?
Listen, check this out. I'm give you an example. This is just a little example, and you can take it into any other thing you want to, but it goes on everywhere.
Yep.
Remember when hip hop started? Remember who I don't know who it was because I'm not New York. I'm not really into that genre, but they tell you that hip hop started, the godfather of hip hop is a cat called African Bambaataa. Right? Isn't that what we hear? African Bambaataa is the godfather of hip hop.
You had plenty of people before him though, man.
Okay, I'm sure. We can go back to the last poets. I mean, of course, but the people of today don't understand what you just said. All they know is what they hear about Africa Bambaataa.
Kill for media.
But this is how, this is how they're trained. So when Africa Bambaataa who was Africa Bambaataa? What is everybody saying about Africa Bambaataa, and how does that relate to what we see going on in the music scene today with the youth?
Hey man, same shit. What we used to say back in the day, man, same shit, different toilet.
Right.
Hey yo, we the same shit. Yo, these motherfucking foreigners manufacturing new toilets for us, man. So they can flush us down, these motherfuckers, man. Please pardon my my nature. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just natural with it. But let me continue here. Not a single Iroquois. What are the Iroquois known for being? Do you all know who the Iroquois were? Do you know the Iroquois was composition of nations? Do you not know that? You heard about the Iroquois Confederacy. You know how many nations composed that confederacy? How many clans? How many bands? The Okla, Choctaw word, Okla, means the people. You know how many people? How many of our American people were and remain to be of the Iroquois? And it says right here, not a single Iroquois will be seen in the state of New York. How? Well, just told you how. It said the minister of destruction is hovering over them. Prior to that, it said the son is arrayed against the father, brother against brother, families against families. What do we know? And it's not limited to New York either. Let's continue. Yet with all this guilt at our doors, we call the poor Indians savages, barbarians. Yes, they have indeed become so since they were debauched and contaminated by the liquor and the example of European man. Ain't that a bitch? This is social engineering, y'all. Debauched and contaminated by the liquor. Liquor right here is being used as a, what's the word I'm looking for here? Liquor is being used as symbolism, I believe. Maybe an allegory. It's being used to describe how people changed. Liquor typically changes people. Contaminated, debauched, and contaminated. Let's go ahead and define debauched and contaminated. Hey, yo, much appreciation to everybody that's watching. Yo, we got 8 people watching right now. How y'all doing? How's everybody doing? I'm about to define debauched, but I would like to know how y'all doing also. Debauched, indulging in or characterized by sensual pleasures to a degree perceived to be morally harmful. Dissolute. Synonyms: dissolute, dissipated, degenerate, corrupt, deprived, sinful, unprincipled, immoral. And there's more. I'm about to click on more. Lascivious, goddamn. Lecherous, lewd, lustful. Libidinousness. Libidinous, some shit like that. Licentious, promiscuous. Look, hey yo, these are the same goddamn definitions of the fucking Moors. Yo, do you not see what's been going on? Engineering? Hey, Buck, how do you feel about that? Hey, Buck.
Yeah, I mean, so you see the words they use is basically are the same. The words they use, if you use the words that you're describing now, you would describe that how the African American acts, or that's how the African American behaves, or that's the matrix that the African American works out of. That's why I say, see, what you know as African Americans today, those people, those Iroquois, African Americans are cloned away from the Iroquois. Do you understand? Because the term African American isn't used in what you're reading. The indigenous people, the Iroquois, are used. You don't see the term African Americans there. So African Americans have been cloned away from the Iroquois. And they're explaining to you how the African American behaves today. What you say, lascivious? What was that word?
Licentious.
Lascivious?
Lascivious.
And please don't get me wrong, because a lot of times we'll get upset. We'll just think it's poor people or people who don't have means that act like this. No, these are the people who are in governmental offices. These are teachers. These are ministers. These are the people who guide the masses of the African American. They're horrible.
Hey, I got it right here. Licentious, adjective, promiscuous and unprincipled in sexual matters.
So, isn't that what you hear about? Isn't that what you hear about everybody? Oh, your people are being obliterated off the planet, but your number one goal is to go get some pussy. That's where, and those type of men and those type of women are patted on the back by the majority of people.
Well, let me just throw this in there real quick. You know, me as a man, I desire a quality woman. And I enjoy, you know, a woman's presence. I'm not going to go into no further detail about that. However, I'm not licentious. I am not these definitions here. Meanwhile, we have people that have been groomed to be licentious. Those are cocatamites. There's a lot of catamites surrounding us. Little do we know. Let's define catamites. I showed y'all in the previous video, radio show, etc. what it says right here. Catamite. Noun. The thing. A boy kept for homosexual practices. This is why, in my mind, so many quote unquote males do not have appreciation or respect for women. In my mind, you have no appreciation for the feminine. None. Now, we're talking about some fucking really, really detailed shit here, because we're talking about fucking time, generations, numerous generations that have been affected and impacted by this kind of shit. With our American mothers and daughters, fathers and sons, interacting with people that have been affected by this kind of shit here. Now, I'm not going to go into that in detail right now, but I will be doing it in a moment. I will be going into some details a moment later because I'm about correlation. I will be showing you how all of this shit coincides. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe in coordination. Coordination. And so what I will do right now, I will define what coordination is. Coordination. We're dealing with coordinated fucking things, man. All this shit's coordinated. What is coordination? What is it? The organization of the different elements of a complex body or activity so as to enable them to work together effectively. The ability to use different parts of the body together smoothly and efficiently. That's coordination. Let's compare that to coincidence. Coincidence. Coincidence is a remarkable concurrence of events or circumstances without apparent causal connection, correspondence in nature or in time of occurrence. Oh, we should just take it as a coincidence. That's the shit foreign media wants to sell you. They want to sell you coincidence. I'm going to detail that in a moment. Hey, yo, Tomahawk Tony, this is what I do. I don't play these kind of games, man. I don't play these kind of games. I say Cowboy season's over, and I fucking mean it. I live it. I do it. Yo, scalp season is approaching like a motherfucker. Yo, right now, I'm encouraging awareness. So our people need to be on point right now, man. I need to be on point right now. There might be a military term or some shit like that. I don't know. I just know what I know. Our people gotta be on point right now. Let's continue. Hey, Buck, how you doing? Hey, Buck.
Yes, yes, sir.
All right, all right. So, my apologies. What I concluded with a moment ago was, yes, they have indeed become so since they were debauched and contaminated by the liquor and the example of European man. Our vices, says Heck Wilder, have destroyed them more than our swords. Damn. Our vices have destroyed them more than our swords. I do not hesitate to say that, in my opinion, their ignorance of next. The ignorance of letters. Letters meaning written language. And this is why I encourage, and this is why African American Africans, 8-4 Truth, etc., we encourage you to do your genealogy so you can see what your people was dealing with 100 years ago, 200, 300, 400 years ago, etc. Ignorance of letters has been the only hindrance to their being. They knew this shit back when this book was published in 1824. Their ignorance of letters has been the only hindrance to their being, politically speaking, a most powerful people, with the faculty of circulating and improving their natural information. Natural information. By means of literature, they would either not have been objects for the crafty arts of civilized man. Crafty arts of civilized man. These are things in which we need to define here. These are letters being spoken. This is ignorance being let's say this is intelligence. It's a double-edged sword. Intelligence and ignorance is a double-edged sword. You know, on tomahawks, you got a dull end and you got a fucking sharp end. It's not an axe. Depending on kind of axe. Some axes have two ends that are both sharp. One end may be bludgeoned, whereas you just bust some shit with it. The other end, you will cut right through while you busted some shit. This is a double-edged sword. This right here. Talking about intelligence versus ignorance. Let's continue. Politically speaking, the most powerful people with the faculty of circulating and improving their natural information by means of literature. That means that our people back then in the 1800s were not reading English. You need to see via your people's records, via your genealogy. It's a lot of records associated with your people. Was your people reading and writing English? You might want to take a look at that. And if they were reading, what exactly were they reading? They would either not have become objects, pardon me, they would either not have been objects for the crafty arts of civilized man, or they would have been invulnerable to them and never could have been driven from their territories. So, hey Buck, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's your interpretation of that text right there?
I mean, it's all self-explanatory, dude.
You're fucking absolutely right.
You're just finding. So it's like, people always say, well, where do you get that? So when you get this information, what are you going to do with it? Because you always know the African American when you say stuff like this, because you're saying stuff that, I mean, we know. But when you try to pass on this information, the first thing that the African American will say, well, where do you find that? Okay, so here it is. So now what are you going to do with it? Normally with those people.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah, once again, yeah. They just saying
no, you don't look. You don't have to convince me because what you're saying. I'm doing
this for the listeners right now. I'm showing them where this comes from.
Okay. I understand that. I understand people need that. But my question is, so when you get it, what are you going to do with it? Whenever you say something, the Negro always want proof, even though they're living proof every day. They see it every day. But they just want you to give proof up because they don't want to sound like a dumbass, which they are, because they're seeing it. What you're seeing, what you saw happened in the Waffle House the other day, that's nothing new. It happens to you all the time. But the Negro wants proof. Well, what do you mean by that? That ain't what it means. I don't see it like that. What other proof do you have? Could you give me documentation on it? You see it every day. So what those people are saying, what those people are saying, and we see this daily. I don't want to do nothing about it. I ain't got nothing to do nothing about it. That's all that's saying. You don't have the proof is it's happening to your sons. It's happening to your daughters. It's happening to everyone. But you still want proof, or you still want some documentation of what has been being said, and your mama lived it, your grandmama lived it, and you're living it, but you still want proof. That's what gets me. And that's what stops us from doing anything constructive to change the situation.
Yo, I call it negligence. Generally speaking, I call it negligence. Right now I'm showing these A4 truth images here of living proof. These are historical text, images, depictions of our American people. How the fuck, this is a simple question here, how the fuck was he bringing all these slaves here from quote unquote Africa? Yo, hold on. Let me just ask this question real quick. So hold on. If our people's at war with them and they bring in Africans, will we be, if they bring in Africans over here, I'm just thinking logically real quick, reasonably, right? If they was bringing Africans to America, and our people's already over here, we at war with all these different breeds of foreigners and shit. There was a Spanish-American War. Do you remember? The French-American War, the British-American War, etc. That was wars. All of a sudden now, where are those Africans within these wars? Where the fuck are they? Who do they side with? I mean, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it real simple. From the 16th century on up to the 19th century. So fast forward where we are today, where Africans come from some places like some shit called Uganda, and they're considered to be American in their citizenship. Meanwhile, our people that have been here forever are considered to be what? African American? Black? How the fuck does that make sense? Do you know where you come from? That's a question you have to ask yourself. What was your peoples doing when all of this shit was going on? Fast forward to what's going on right now. Because strategies of war do not end. It doesn't end. I'm going to give you an example real quick. I'm going to pull up chess game. Chess game. Okay? Let's take a look at what a chess board looks like. You know what? I like this image right here. Let's do this image right here big. Okay, so we see a blue, we see a red, we see a green, and we see a gray. Because that's not black. The terrain is also green and white. That's what we're looking at here. And they have their individual queens. They have 2 queens each. Each of these sides have a queen. Where do you see yourself on this board? Where do you see yourself? Are you a pawn? If you are a pawn, where are you? Where are you as a pawn? Where are you positioned as a pawn? Do you consider yourself red, blue, gray, or green? Where do you see yourself being right now? I say this. You have the pieces on the board that's on the terrain. The terrain is the blue. Pardon me, my apologies. You have the white, and then you have this green here. And then you have those squares, which pertain to those terrains. Each piece moves a certain way. Each piece has its own movement, has its own position, has its own structure, has its own dynamics. Are you red? Are you blue? Are you gray? Are you green? While you're moving on the terrain. It doesn't matter where you are. You could be in North America, Central, South America, the Caribbean. You could be international, whereas you could be in Europe, you could be in Asia, you could be in Persia, etc. You could be anywhere. Question is, though, where do you see yourself? I'll tell you. Personally, myself, although I'm on a terrain, I'm gaining intelligence. Meanwhile, I am the intelligence behind the moving of pieces. What does that mean? And this is why social engineering is so important. What the fuck are you doing where you are? Where you are right now in real time, what exactly are you doing? Are you working for them? Or are you working for us? This is America here. This is America here. And yo, we got the red, we got the blue, we got the gray, and we got the goddamn this bright ass green. Shit, man, we got rainbow colors popping. Hey Buck, how you feel about this?
I mean, you're just putting out. You're just putting out. This is what I'm seeing. You're just setting it up how it is, and this is has to be how everyone sees it, because this is how it goes every day.
Every day.
Every day. But what the African American or the black people try to do is they try to act like they don't see it. You crazy for you bringing this type stuff up. Something's wrong with you. You're bringing up the reality.
It gotta be something wrong with me, man. You gotta be, right? You gotta be, because I mean, all these sniggers that want to be other sniggers. I mean, like, yo. Hey, hold on, man, hold on. See, my apologies, Buck. I want you to continue, but I'm about to pull up an image right now. All right, we're gonna go to this one first. We're gonna go to this one first. Do you see the image that I'm showing right now?
Yes.
White cargo. This is elementary school level goddamn education, in my opinion. This shit is so basic as fuck. How come, hey Buck, let me ask you a question. You went to elementary school, right? Hey Buck. Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
You went to elementary school.
Yes.
In elementary school, you heard about the Africans that was in chains? Did
No,
you?
I didn't. I didn't get that. I didn't get that story in elementary school.
Oh shit! Damn, your elementary school was different than mine. I'm an '80s baby. Shit. Damn.
Yeah.
So hold on. I gotta ask, man. What did you receive at elementary school, man? What did you learn? I'm just curious.
I went to when I went to school when I went to elementary school. I went to elementary school right after the Watts riot. So at that time, what the city of Los Angeles was trying to do was trying to make the education better in Los Angeles, because that was one of the gripes of the people there, that the education was substandard. It didn't change after the Watts riot. They just did a little something different to appease the parents and those people who were sending their kids to school. So what I was given in school was a whole bunch of filmmaking stuff, a lot of arts stuff.
Wow. Hollywood's down the street. Hollywood's down the street, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, the whole city of LA, most of the people that live in LA in some form or fashion they are controlled, or they aspire that Hollywood type lifestyle, because they broadcast out to the world. They broadcast out to the world, but the people who live in the city, I mean, it's light all the time, so people can always act, and that's what normally the people in Los Angeles do. They act. The Negroes in Los Angeles don't do anything but act.
God damn. God damn.
That's the reality of it. You can tell by what's happening to them. You can tell what's happening to them
throughout the entire state of California itself.
Yes.
State of California, this jurisdiction, California. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you, man. Hey, this shit looks silly as fuck to me, man. Every day I step outside, man. I'm down here close to Hollywood, man. I'm like 5 minutes from Hollywood, like 30 seconds walking kind of shit. This shit looks silly as fuck to me for 8 years. Nearly 8 years, approaching 8 years. I'm about to be the fuck out of here within this time. Like, before it approaches 8 years, I'm gone, yo. Fuck out of here, man. I'm done. I learned enough, yo. Experience is a motherfucker, man. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, how our people do not want better experiences. That's the primary point of this presentation here, y'all. You know, I'm sharing with you social engineering. I'm sharing with you the subject matter because it's not just happening in one location. Why? Because communication is a very serious variable. Communication is very serious. What the fuck is our American people saying to each other? What are we saying to each other? Our word was our bond, literally. Before we even knew what the fuck a bond was. Our ancestors been doing this shit. Yo, I look at our people as though we reincarnations. Hey, Buck, am I crazy for looking at our people as being reincarnations of our ancestors?
I don't think they're reincarnation of the ancestors. I think they're clones.
Oh fuck. Damn. It's like, I mean, I know that I need clones because I got work to do. I need clones because I got work to do. And I need more motherfuckers putting in work. But you just said you said that most of our people are clones?
Yes.
Oh,
it's the explanation I just get.
Nah, I feel you, man. I'm with you 100%, man. I'm with you 360%, man. It's like, yo, I mean, like, hands down, like, yo, man, do the foreign media. That's why I say kill foreign media, kill your TV, kill foreign propaganda, kill propaganda. Da 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 da. I've been saying this shit for X amount of time, and like, yo, hands down, that shit. That's how you kill a clone, man. Kill that robotic shit, man. Kill robotic bullshit that you did not manufacture. If it's not yours, leave it alone. Period. That's what I encourage.
Right.
Ain't that a bitch? Hey, yo, our people are literally running around as fucking clones of disowned clones. Because your ancestor would not approve of the shit you doing right now if you was really true with yourself, motherfucker. That kind of shit. That kind of shit, right?
Yes, and you'll notice that the African American, that all this craziness that you see going on in the world, everything that you see, the African American is normally cheering it on, wanting to be part of it, and will picket and boycott.
Hebrew, Christian, more, and yo, motherfuckers that's claiming fucking Christians don't even know that the Hebrews and the Moors are one and the same, and he was forced into Christianity. I presented that text like few videos back. I presented that shit a while ago. The fact of the matter remains. Hey, yo, you got foreign Negroes who are literal Negroes. You're not a Negro. Our American people are not Negroes. Negro is a substandard. It's like, okay. If you're American, you're 5-star, right? It's like 5-star restaurant, 5-star beverages, 5-star everything. At least 5 stars. At least 5 stars don't even fucking encompass what the fuck I'm talking about right now, for real. But I'm just saying, 5 stars. You could be 5-star. You could be fucking what? 4 1/4, 4 and a fraction, 3 1/4, 3 1/2, 2 1/2, 1 and nothing. No stars. Hey, man, them fucking Moors, them Hebrews, them motherfuckers ain't shit to us, man. Yo, man. Hey, yo, too many people don't get that shit, man. You in America right now. Why you in America talking that shit? Why you ain't talking that shit in your land, nigga? That's simple, right? That's simple. Why you over here in America talking that shit? And I got more motherfucking evidence to show motherfuckers, too, on this shit. Yo, niggas want to talk about how Africa, the motherland, and all that kind of dumb shit, right? Supporting fucking Hollywood media. Supporting fucking Hollywood media. Them niggas is, yo, everybody, all these pro-black motherfuckers know Jews run that shit. Man, y'all don't even know the agreements the Jews got with the Vatican, you silly motherfuckers. Y'all don't even know your own goddamn history be talking to us. We got treaties with niggas you don't got treaties with. We got treaties with your masters for you to be talking that dumb shit to us. You see this picture right here, white cargo? Simple question. Hey, yo, is your daughters and sons that's going to these public fucking schools, kindergarten, what, pre-kindergarten, kindergarten, elementary, middle, high school, then college, did they come across this book, White Cargo? Mothers and fathers who's paying for your child who don't want to get locked up. Because apparently y'all can get locked up right now. Since y'all want to be, what? Y'all don't even want to be citizens. You don't even know what the fuck a citizen is. Mommy and daddy don't know what a fucking citizen is. Yeah, I'm a nigga, I can talk the shit I talk. Why? Because I'm not a motherfucking father right now. I'm a nigga, I can talk the shit I talk. Because I designed myself long time ago. Over 18 years ago, I designed myself. I'm approaching 36 right now, and this shit got me looking embarrassed. I'm embarrassed because of the fuckery, the negligence of my own people. Actually, a lot of people once upon a time ago was fucking going to clubs, dancing to songs, paying all kinds of money, being good guys to consumers, where a song was playing talking about, is Diddy, is Diddy. Yeah. Watch how nigga Diddy bop on you right now. With fucking raw goddamn information, raw intelligence. I present intelligence. A buck. Am I lying?
Nope.
Hey, yo. I don't give a fuck about how many views I get, yo. Let me tell you something, man. I do this shit for my people, my posterity. I do value, I do appreciate the people that are present for the content in which I present. I love having low views. Because those of you that view this content right here, this Tomahawk Tony shit, this tells me a lot about social engineering. I'm a fucking engineer. Hey, Buck, what is to be an engineer versus being a non-engineer? What's the difference?
Engineers build things. Engineers look out at the terrain and they have foresight and they have vision and to see what needs to be there that would help the people who live in that position in those areas.
Hey, Buck, we've been in contact since what, 2015?
Yes.
Yo, have I been an engineer?
Yes, you have.
Hey, Buck, you been engineering, no. I came across you do research like a motherfucker. I was doing research, you know what I mean? Research and development, man. R&D. R&D, research and development. And I encourage y'all to do the same goddamn thing. Y'all need to be doing some R&D on yourselves.
Well, another thing that the people must do, and reading the information that you've been reading, this is something when they say you can trick these people with the letters and stuff, is the African American never really does think. Think is a very integral, important part of what the people are trying to do. You got to think.
I'm about to define thinking. I'm going to define thinking right now.
Yeah, thinking. So if I tell you something, you're not just supposed to be like, oh, okay, that sounds good. Oh, I like how that makes me supposed to think about it. Put it together with something that is opposite total of what you're saying. An example would be if somebody told you that it's daytime, but if somebody told you it was night, what you would do is take 180 degrees from what they're saying. So if they're telling you that it's night right now, and it's obviously day, then you have a problem. Then you see that you have a problem.
You see, I agree with you.
You think about what is being said. Think about it.
Thinking. Now, the process of using one's mind to consider a reason about something.
Right.
The adjective, using thought or rational judgment. Intelligent. The synonyms are intelligent, sensible, reasonable, rational. So hold the fuck up. Let's run this shit back real quick. Let me run this shit back real quick. Y'all see the definition right there? Now we're going to jump into some shit. We're going to go to Starbucks. Starbucks arrest. I'm going to look up Starbucks arrest. It's like, I don't feel like thinking about it too much. Because I already know they're going to show me what the fuck I need to see. Oh shit, arrest a black woman by white officers in Waffle House Echo Starbucks incident. That's from the Independent. Okay. Starbucks arrest controversy. Former police chief breaks down why it can. Hold on. Man, Eric Holder. Who the fuck? All right, man. You know what? Let me just look up Eric Holder because he's supposed to be a black man, right? In my thinking, he's not a black man. I'm sure Eric Holder is classified as American. He's not a black man. Watch. Yo, check this shit out. Y'all. Watch. Hold on. Watch. Okay. Former Attorney General. I'm about to go to Wikipedia. About to go that shit right now. Watch this shit go. And now, like I said, Wikipedia is not my primary source. But it's general information here. Ain't this a bitch? Yo, Eric Holder don't even have his citizenship listed on his Wikipedia. Oh shit. Yo, but I showed y'all on a previous video how you had an Issa Rae who's part African. She's half goddamn African, and her citizenship is American. Ain't that a bitch? But anyway, this guy here, he said something here. Eric Holder questions arrest of 2 black men at Starbucks. Okay, that was 1 day ago. Let's go and listen to this shit real quick, and let's apply thinking. Let's apply intelligence to this shit. I encourage intelligence. That's what I do. Tomahawk Tony encourages intelligence.
Adding 2 of my delicious tacos can
What the fuck is this?
Parties, yoga, tandem.
Yo, please pardon the fucking commercial.
Nunchucking, weightlifting, and now any Jack in the Box combo.
Oh wow.
2 delicious tacos.
GMOs. GMO.
Administration official is helping Starbucks try to make changes and move forward after the recent arrest of 2 black men at their Center City location.
She looks bored as fuck, tired
along
as
with
shit.
Other civil rights experts will create a training curriculum
Fair
that
use.
Racial bias.
Fair
John
use.
Nelson and Dante Robinson were arrested on April 12th after a manager called police on the pair 2 minutes after they entered the store because they hadn't bought anything yet. During remarks at the National Constitution last night, Holder said common sense should have been used in the situation.
Common sense should have been used.
Thought twice about calling police.
Damn, I thought we could have heard Eric Holder speak. Hey, Buck, my apologies. I thought I get to hear that guy speak. But it still ties in social engineering because they paid that woman to say what she said, and she said nothing. In my opinion, there was nothing intelligent about that shit. So I'm about to go back to YouTube real quick because I want to hear Eric Holder. How's everybody doing though? How's everybody doing? It's for watching. How y'all doing? Yo, Eric Holder, Starbucks. This is a former attorney general. And let me tell you something. The reason why I value the communication of an attorney general is because you should know the attorney general of your state just as much as you should know your state constitution. If you're in the state, you should know what pertains to your state. You really should. Okay, so here it is. We got an Alex Jones report, Eric Holder questions, arrest of two. We got 39 seconds right there. Democracy is under attack. This is 1 week ago. Let's hear what he said about democracy is under attack. What's being said here?
The Department of Justice has
fair
been
use
facing unprecedented and potentially transformative attacks on its legitimacy, many coming often directly from the President of the United States. There's no one better to discuss the attacks on the rule of law in the Department of Justice.
Boring.
Fine. I mean Rosenstein.
Rosenstein. Yes. Yeah, he could do that.
Would that constitute in your mind?
It's fucking weirdo looking at. All these niggas are weird to me.
What is your assessment of his character and his truthfulness?
I think he is a truthful person. I think he's a man of
honor.
Get
the fuck out of here, man. Hey, let's keep it real simple. Let's keep it real simple. These are all contract whores. Okay? Mothers and fathers, daughters and sons, you have a duty to your own, as these individuals do. They have a duty to their own. And so they're contract whores because they sign up for the bullshit in which they say and do. Let me get out of there. It's wasting my motherfucking time. I'm not trying to waste y'all time. Hey, Noble, how you doing? I'm going to keep it real simple here. I'm going to keep it 1703 simple. Letters has been the only hindrance to their being, politically speaking, a most powerful people with the faculty of circulating and improving their natural information by means of literature. Are we reading? Are we reading? Hey, Buck.
Yo.
In your experience, have you seen our people reading?
No.
Would you place an estimate or a ratio on the percentages of, based on just based on your experience, how many of our people are taking time to read versus to watch? What's the difference between the two?
Reading
and watching.
Reading is 1%, watching is 99%.
No disrespect to the viewers.
So let me. Okay. So I just want to bring in some of the things that you say so we can have, so people can see how this works. Now, you just talked about thinking a minute ago. What was the definition that you gave of thinking?
I'll pull it up again right now. Definition: thinking, the process of using one's mind to consider or reason about something.
Okay.
That's a noun. That's a noun form. The adjective form is using thought or rational judgment, intelligent.
Okay. So let's take, okay, so you said reading. So you will say, well, Buck, well, how did you come up? What you mean by that? How you know? Because I think. I look at things, I take different data, and I think about it, and that's how I come up with my conclusions. Here's an example of one. Have you ever heard of a book called Miseducation of the Negro?
I did hear about that book. I never read it. I have not read it, but I heard about it.
Okay. It's cool. Miseducation of the Negro, the book was published in 1933.
Damn, what?
With all of these Negroes that have been going to college, with all these conscious Negroes, with all these Negroes that know everything, do you know to date, it's 2018, that book hasn't sold 1 million copies?
Oh, shit. Well, hold on. I got a question though. So hold on, man. So you had Negroes, of course, back in 1933. American Negroes in 1933. And here comes a book called The Miseducation of the Negro. Buck, can you give us a summary of that book, pretty please? I'm just curious to know what the author said in that text that they were trying to communicate to their peers in 1933.
The Negro is trained to be a dumbass.
Goddamn.
It's simple. This dude was a professor. He was a intellectual back in those days. Carter G. Woodson. He's the one who came up with Black History Week, which morphed into Black History Month. So he wasn't no dummy. But what he was seeing back then is that the Negro was being set along the path that we are gliding against now. We don't think. The brightest people, they don't think, they only do what they're told. See, remember, when Miseducation of the Negro was published, there wasn't a such thing as an African American.
No, there wasn't. It was American Negro.
There wasn't no such thing as an African American. Now you have these African Americans saying that we're this, and I can find my DNA over in wherever. See, these people are clones of what the people that Carter G. Woodson was writing about. They don't read, they don't think, they only do what they're told. Now, the African American gets pissed off when they hear this. They don't want to hear it because it's true. They don't want to be embarrassed in front of their children, and they're teaching their children to be dumber than they are. Why do I say that? As we move forward, other groups, and you're seeing it right now, other groups, they're changed. People who are coming over here from these other countries, they're not behaving how they were behaving in their countries. They're coming over here and they're seeing that the indigenous people are dumb. And I want to emphasize that, because we try to sound, you know how the pastor sound when he talk? See, that's the kind of intelligence we own. We don't listen to what he say. We listen to how he sounds. We're not into.
No, hey Buck, hold on. We're supposed to be focused on ass implants, though, right? As men, supposed to be focused on ass implants, and our women should be focused on these guys like these, right? You see what?
I mean, that's what. Yeah.
Like these are the that's why I say kill your TV. Kill your TV. Kill foreign media. Kill propaganda. This is why I say this shit. I did just not come up with it because guess what? Do all of that shit? Nobody told you about this right here.
Can we go back to the picture that you just got off of? I want to make a point.
Which picture?
It was the two. Yes, that one.
Okay, we're here.
This is how you know, for those who are listening that would like to know something. See, when you look at all the T-shirts that Tomahawk has of the indigenous people and all the indigenous images that we share, you'll notice that those people who care about themselves, they make stuff for them. They make their own clothes. They make their own shoes. They make their own industries. These guys right here, who Tony was saying that we love them, they're dressed like the guy who has his arms on him like he has on his pets. You see the guy to the right, he's dressed just like the guy who's standing up. This is how you know you're cloned. This is not hard. You need evidence on. You need somebody to tell you. This is right in your face.
Right in your face.
The African American is so dumb. They don't even see it.
Power. This is called power. These were the guys of power. This is what was shown to our American people, our youth. Versus this. Do you see this? Look here. Look at this image here. This is what our people are known for. Do you see the difference Between that and this? Hey, Buck, do you see the picture?
Yeah. Yeah. See, I mean, I know some people who would say that's not in America, that's in Africa.
Get the fuck out of it. Yo, nah. Yo,
Right. You know that's where the Negro is. I know brothers who would say, man, he ain't got no feathers in his head. That's a fez.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Come on. This is where the African American is.
Oh man.
This is where the African anything that's reality. Anything that's reality, the African American will cuss you out and say, no, it's not. That's what the African American does.
Hey, yo, mind you, this picture here, this portrait, if you will, this painting, whatever you want to call it, all right, this was done by a European descendant artist. Why would you show your people being slaughtered? Coward season is over. That kind of shit.
You were saying something earlier about the Moors were created by the Vatican, or what was that you said?
Oh man. Oh, you want to run it back?
Well, no, I don't think you read it. I think you just said that the Moors, you had them in with another people that they were created by the same.
All right. So I'm gonna pull up the Samuel P. Scott book. Matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do about it. I'm gonna go to my directory. I have my private directory. You know what I'm saying? This is so fucking outrageous, man, and it's sad as fuck. Like I'm really sad, man. Like I'm really so disappointed. I do this for awareness because I need my people to be aware. But my people spend so much time paying for cable bills and wanting to be contract whores and consumers and all that kind of other shit. Here we go, right there. WTAM series. The Moors created by the Vatican. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I have these. As you see here, I have a PowerPoint. These are all the files associated with the PowerPoint. Fuck. God damn it. I can't remember the exact file. I mean, because I read so much shit, my man. Like I can pull up the text quicker than I can pull up the video. So I just did a presentation the other day. But yeah, matter of fact, no, let's simplify. I did that shit strategically. I did it strategically. All right. Let's go back. Tom Tony. Yeah, let's go back a little bit. Yo, please pardon. Yeah, I'm about to show you my dashboard. I'm showing all my YouTube shit. All right, I'm unorthodox like that. Miscegenation. If you don't know history, you don't know now. I think it was in this one. Was it in this one? I really can't remember. Hey, members. Hey, whoever's viewing right now, do you remember the video which I did previously? Because I need assistance right now. I deal with a lot of data. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's up with this video real quick. Let's do it big.
What's good? How y'all doing?
Okay, so in this video,
okay, so African American Africans members.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do right here. First and foremost, man, the Moors and the Muslims are the same goddamn people. Moors, Muslims, Masons, they all the same fucking people, man. Yo, they swore a fucking oath of allegiance. You asked about the Christians. Hey, Buck, am I hearing correctly? You asked about the Christians?
No, I was asking you what you just said. Moors, Muslims, Masons, they're all the same people.
This text says it right here. The Treaty of Marrakesh. That's the title right there.
Marrakesh. I don't know how to say that shit. It's those two words. An album.
All right. So now here we have where it says right there. I think I highlighted it.
And an Al-Americanus. I don't know how to say it. Fuck, that ain't my language right there. But shit. It says the Americans right there. It says it blatantly for y'all. This is a 40-page document, y'all. Okay? Let's continue real quick. So I'm about to show y'all some shit right now. Third article.
Yo, I ain't trying to be doing all of that right now.
I need y'all to see some shit. Let me check the chat.
All right here in the text, man. Like everything I present, yo, I'm not presenting no bullshit. Look at that. Muslims, Moors. Same thing. They put it in brackets in their own goddamn treaty. This is their treaty saying that Muslims and Moors are the same fucking thing. Americans, our American people, ain't no fucking Moors, man. Yo, all right. Yo, you asked about the Christians, though. My apologies. Asking about the Christians. All right, so let me run it back real quick. Goddamn, I gotta run it back. No, oh, I know where it's at. I know exactly where it's at. Please pardon me. Let's scroll down just a little bit. For clarity, here we are, part 2. It says it in part 1, and we're going to continue with part 2. Part 2 is more vicious than part 1.
I came across the old years ago, man. I need something great eliminated.
Like, it's how simple I gotta keep it, yo. Origins and legacies of Moors. Let's keep it rocking.
Such was the unworthy fate of the last of the imperial.
All right, whatever. Let's find these Christians. Let's find these Christians, though. Where them Christians at? Where my Christians is at? Where my Christians is at? Where my Christians is at? Where they at? Where they at?
Still.
All right, you know what, man? This shit's fucking annoying the fuck out of me, man. This is annoying me. Let's get straight to the point, man. Fuck it. I know the source. You know what I'm saying? I got source all day, man. Fuck all of that, yo. I know exactly what I'm looking for. I'll pull it up quickly. My apologies for the delay. All right, history of the Moorish Empire in Europe. Now we're about to run a search. Archive.org, search. I'm going to search for Christian. Okay? See the title of the book. See the title of the book. Okay? It should not have anything to do with Christians, should it, right? History of the Moorish Empire in Europe should not have anything to do with Christians, right? It really shouldn't, right? Well, let's see what happens. Y'all want to play games? You want to play games with my people? Shit, okay. Calvin season is over.
What's the name of that? History of the Moorish people in?
Nah, history of the Moors in
Empire in Europe.
History of the Moorish Empire in Europe. That's right. Samuel P. Scott. Hey, oh shit! Do you see all the yellow at the bottom? Do you see all the yellow at the bottom? All I typed in the word is Christians. Do you see how it populated? This book is like fucking 900 pages. This is volume 1 right here. In volume 1, you see the population of the word Christian when I run a search in this particular text. Do you see that shit? Okay. Let's go here. Let's go to this page here. Okay.
What's the author's name?
Samuel. Samuel space P for Prescott Scott. No, Parsons. I think his middle name was Parsons. Parsons Scott. Some shit like that. But Samuel P. Scott. S.P. Scott. Look at this. It was even made a subject of reproach to the first Christians. An accusation, however, never conclusively proved that their numbers were largely recruited from the criminals the idlers, and the beggars of the empire. What the fuck are you talking about to my people over here? This shit is going on in Europe. What the fuck are you talking about to my people in America? Huh? Okay. Let me calm down. Let me keep it cool. Let me be cool. Be cool. We're going to go to the next link. Show me the Moors. Show me the Moors. Matter of fact, show me the Christians. My bad. Show me the Christians. Here we go. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in. Let's do it. Wow. The code which bears his name is remarkable, even in an age of fanaticism, for the severe restrictions is imposed on a personal liberty of Jews and Christians, the only sectaries to whom Muslim clemency permitted the practice of their rights and customs. See, now this, like I said, this is the title of the book. Let me run it back. History of the Moorish Empire in Europe. Okay, so now this is how those Moors who were Africans treated those Europeans. But the Moors never told our American people about that shit, did they? They just wanted to associate themselves with our people. Like, yo, we're Moors or Americans. We're Moorish Americans. Motherfucker, fuck out of here. Catch that fucking flight back to Africa. I'm going back to Africa. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Goofy fuck ass niggas. Look at this shit here. Look at this shit here. Hold on. He made war with the same resolution and uncompromising spirit which marked the careers of the daring Amru and Khalid, the sword of God. Damn. Do we have any Americans that have claimed to be Moorish and Muslim and Masons and all that shit who can attest or witness and bear testimony to what the fuck the sword of God is based on their studies of the Islamic Arabic language? Okay, fast forward. The Christians who refused by either submission or conversion, damn. The Christians who refused by either submission or conversion to acknowledge the divine origin of Islam were ruthlessly slaughtered. Damn. So hold on, the Christians were slaughtered during the Moorish Empire in Europe. Remember, this is the first part of the book, y'all. This is the first part of volume 1. This is volume 1 right here. Let's continue. By either submission or conversion to acknowledge the divine origin of Islam were ruthlessly slaughtered, but the orders of the Caliph explicitly prohibited the equipment or use of naval armaments, and the seaports of the Greeks escaped. Whoa. The seaports of the Greeks escaped? For the time, the fate which was inevitable. The Berbers beholding with wonder the apparently invincible character of their enemy, equally fortunate in plain and mountain fastness, defeating with ease their bravest squadrons and scaling despite. Hey, yo, you know how brutal this book is? Do you know how the Moors get shitted on this book? Now, in the beginning, it's talking about how the Moors was doing all this motherfucking, all this victory. There's a lot of victory for the Moors. But then let's get into the details, though. Let's fast forward just a little bit. Next up is the Christians. Let's zoom out a little bit. My apologies. To a man inflamed with revenge and hatred, were in daily communication with the headquarters of the enemy. The jealousy of rival commanders tended still further to impair the efficiency of the Christians, whose feuds and discontent, being well known to their adversaries, had a tendency to inspire the latter with a well-grounded hope of victory. This is going in extreme detail here, y'all. That's why I encourage y'all to read it. I'm not a teacher. I'm not assigning y'all no essays right now. Both Jews and Christians were indulged in the practice of their religious rites but half of the churches were confiscated for the use of Islam. Now, that's the other part of this series here. The other part, pardon me, other part of this video is adapting. God damn it. I think I strayed from my original point. Original point being, where are we? These are quotes that I gathered from a website. So Darwin didn't write a lot of shit. There's a website. I think I have it right. Is it here? Yep, here it is right here. darwinproject.ac.uk/people/about-Darwin/6 things Darwin never said. Waiting for the page to load right now. I'll show you the website. But I'll just already extracted the quotes. So now, I was looking for, it's not the strongest that adapts. It's not the strongest that survives. It's the ones that are able to adapt. That was my emphasis for this video here. It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that is most adaptable to change. And this is where it said, this is where from the website here that I just quoted, supposedly from Origin of Species. This one is all over the web and even in a Stoner floor, but it's from a management studies text. I'm going to have to research the management studies text. But if you study business, you know that in regards to surviving in business, you have to adapt. I done seen companies break themselves. They put up all kinds of money and they never made their money. They never got out of the red. Never got out of the red. They never made it to the quote unquote black. In business, there's red and black. Kind of interesting language, isn't it? Especially when you factor in, what's that called? How to Sell the Negro. Negro means black. Ain't that a bitch? It's very interesting shit I deal with. Hey, Buck, am I making sense? Hey, Buck, you still here? Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. How do you feel about what I just said there?
I mean, that's what it is. It's not that you saying it. It's what. So what we'll do, we'll an example of what you're saying. So this is Darwin, and I've heard a whole bunch of Darwin speeches and stuff and his thoughts. But
this is not Darwin. This is not Darwin.
Let me finish. Let me finish making the point.
My apologies.
So what Darwin, we don't even know what Martin Luther King said in 1962. So these people, what they put out about these people, Darwin or whoever, they'll say that these people said something to give it credence to whatever agenda they needed to fulfill at that time. You'll find out later that these people never said nothing about that. An example will be at the bottom of this page when it says, I was a young man with uninformed ideas, which means when he was younger, he was going to school, he was taught certain things and he pushed forth that agenda. As he grew and learned more, he was like, damn, that's not how it is at all. That's how everybody is. Every man, woman, and child. You're not the same person you were when you were 20 years old. When you get 40, your ideas should change. The African American doesn't think about that. They'll take what somebody said when they were 5 years old, and the person could be dead, could have died at 100 years ago, and the person would still take what the person said at 5 years old and make it like it's relevant and guide their life off of what the person said when they were 5 years old. We don't think about a person growing and changing their ideas or changing what they once did. That's one of the reasons we stay stuck in this mess that we're in today.
Hey, I will add to that. I will add to that. Yo, we have our own people who are full-time employees of foreigners, who are part-time in support of their very own people. I'm talking about their own family. And within that part-timeness, they will say a few things in contrast, in comparison to the full-time bullshit in which they engage in working for the foreigners. Although they're being compensated by the foreigners, they fail to realize that their energy is being exhausted in regards to our full-time fucking, I don't want to use the word struggle. I would like to say the word, our full-time reality. Some of us have a full-time reality. Others have a part-time reality. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, when I look at these consumer data reports, I see a lot of things, a lot of variables. Primary thing I see in that within it is the fact that, yeah, I mean, I've been through numerous cities, numerous states, numerous American territories, if you will, amongst our numerous American nations. And I'm a man that loves our American mothers and daughters. And let me tell you, it fucks me up when I see our people full-time supporting foreigners, but meanwhile, they part-time give a fuck about what they dealing with. Part-time giving a fuck about what's going on, for real, for real. I'm gonna go back to the post that I made. So I want to make sure that I don't exclude any points in the subject matter here. No, I think I got it right here on YouTube. This is not the one. I want to make sure I do not exclude any. I think, I consider, I value, I appreciate my people. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm about to get into this shit. Oh my fucking good. Yo, this is coming up very soon in regards to social engineering. This is coming up very soon in regards to social engineering. Let me pull this shit up right here. You don't know? Oh fuck, this is not the right one. God damn it, I'm fucking up. My apologies, Mr. Davis. I'm not a producer, man. This is not what I do, man. I am not a producer. Like I conduct R&D, man, and I do with a lot of shit. My apologies, not trying to make no excuses, but I just wanted to find my original fucking post. All right, so let me just run it back real quick. This shit's fucking outrageous right now. I'm bugging right now. Too much shit going on. Well, I'm about to put my phone up right now, man. I got the original notes. I'm about to read from my original notes. I take notes before every show, y'all. The ability to adapt, social engineering, social media. Now, being social media, we're being shown all kinds of social engineered bullshit. I can prove it to you. I'm going to go back to Facebook. I'm going to show you a video I posted, I believe was last year or within 2016. All right? And to anyone that would take offense to my presentation right now, as far as social media and all that kind of shit, guess what? Yo, social media is fucking public. And this right here is an element of full disclosure. This all ties into full disclosure here. All right? And I have no contract with half you motherfuckers that got a contract with Facebook. They ain't my goddamn business. So right now, in the group section of African-American Africans Facebook group, I'm gonna run a search for Homeland. Okay, so it's not showing me Homeland. That's just a problem. We're gonna look up social engineering because I done posted on this numerous times, and I'm looking for a particular post that I did. Damn, your Facebook is not showing it to me. Ain't that a bitch? Okay. There's this television show. I believe it comes on HBO or Showtime, some shit like that. I see this shit online. It's called Homeland. All right? And on this show, it's based on CIA activities. It was either in the fall, winter of 2016 or the intro, the winter, spring of 2017 that they showed how you had this company, this corporation operating out of Virginia, where they have employees and every individual employee manage at least 20 social media accounts. In which they engage in social engineering via social media. So that takes me back to my point here. You don't know who you're interacting with via social media. And now with the most recent blacklisting, I mean, that shit popped via social media. Hey, Buck, you still here?
Yes.
That incident that happened at the Waffle House, the incident that happened at the Starbucks in Philadelphia, this other incident, I saw it online, where you had a quote-unquote black woman who was being manhandled by some Caucasian male members of law enforcement down in, I think it was Alabama. Did you see these events or these incidents?
Yes.
Okay. How did you see them? Did you see them on television or you see them via social media?
I don't have a television. I don't watch television.
So you saw them via social media then?
Yes.
Okay. Now, question, hey Buck. Although you don't have a television, have you seen how via television they will show social media?
Yeah. Yes. The only difference between social media and television is that the society gets to comment and put their thoughts on what they think. It's still the same thing. All those things that you just named, the Waffle House incident, the girl being manhandled by the cop. You remember, African Americans, they don't think it's a problem of them having to go into Waffle House. They don't think that they should build their own places to go eat breakfast. They'll go to all the foreigners' places to eat. They will cuss you out if you say, "Well, yo, man, why don't we open up our own breakfast place so we can have, so children can have jobs when they get out of school?" We don't think like that. The cop that manhandled the sisters themselves will say on this program right here, "You and I are being racist towards the cop." We love them. We show that we love them, and we want to be pat on the head by them every day.
Wow.
Then when something happens, like what you see happen, now they want to throw their fist up in the air. It doesn't work like that. You want to be with these people all day long. And all they do is use you. And they show you every day. The incidents that you just named, what happened in the past week, this isn't nothing we have to go back 10 years in history for. We ain't got to go back 200 years in history. They do this to you today. You just think that, oh, they're our buddies. We're all friends. We're blah, 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 blah. No, you are the fodder. They use you to make their lives easier. That's all the African American is used for.
And they hire contract whores to participate as well. You got niggas that work for free, and you got the niggas that work for a fee. Hence, contract whores. I want to double back on something that you just said. You said, correct me if I'm wrong, that our people be mad at us for telling them this kind of truth? I'm paraphrasing, of course. But I'm saying, is that what you're saying? That our people be mad at us for telling them the truth about our collective selves?
Of course. You see it every day. Every day. If you bring up something, okay. And see, I like to
I get it by myself, man. Trust me, I get it. But I just need the listeners to get it.
Yeah, they know. So when that happens, you know you have to do something about it. In order, so you don't have to confront the situation, you'll start bashing the people who brought it to the attention. And that's all African Americans do. They know what we're saying. The African Americans know that they not no damn Africans, but they will argue and fuss and fight you so they don't have to confront the reality. Because when you confront the reality, you have to do something about it. And the African American, male and female, they want to keep doing what they doing, going to these stores, getting shot up, getting slapped in the mouth. They like that. They don't think life could be any other way. They don't think.
I don't know, man. That right there sounds real crazy to me. Because, like, you know, for one thing, I don't go to Walmarts. I don't go to a lot of different consumer, let's say, locations, if you will. All right. I don't do clubs. I don't do a lot of shit. I don't do television. I don't do a lot of shit. All right. Anyway, I just find it really, really awkward. Like, I'm just imagining it right now, right? I just found myself, I would be really, really awkward witnessing that shit. Like the situation in Philadelphia. Now, this is the first question that comes to my mind in regards to the incident in Philadelphia. Let me just go ahead and show the picture real quick. Let me find that goddamn bullshit fucking, because I think these niggas is goddamn contract whores. My opinion. I think they contract whores. Starbucks arrest. Let's go on a simple ass Google search on Starbucks arrest. All right? Let me find some goddamn pictures real quick. 2 men arrested. So these men were they was waiting to have coffee or waiting for a business meeting before they make their purchase at Starbucks, some shit like that, right? Then we got this picture right here. Look at this shit. Isn't this a beautiful photo op? Hold the fuck up real quick. No. See, this is my first time looking at it. I got a real simple goddamn question right now. Hey, yo, who the fuck was there to take this picture? Hey, yo, we see the nigga in the background over here. That nigga ain't had nothing to say about the situation? Hey, yo, what happened? What happened to initiative? What the fuck happened to? Hey, yo, if you see your people getting violated, if you know your people being violated, you ain't got nothing to say about your people being violated? And this is why I don't fuck with niggas. I stopped fucking with niggas a long time ago, man. Because I got this, man, I was locked up. Yo, I see niggas do sucker shit. Niggas be talking gangster all fucking day long while they behind bars when they come out the cell. Niggas get their head bust. Then the CEO comes down and tear. Niggas slam, put their hands behind their back. All that fucking quote-unquote warrior shit, go out the fucking window until you fucking with another nigga. But when it comes to these foreigners, I see niggas bitch up too many fucking times, yo. And yo, we got a nigga right there in the background. I don't know if y'all can see my mouse cursor. But yo, man, what's up with that nigga right there? He ain't got nothing to say about my brother. Come on, yo. Why does the fucking Caucasian, the Caucasoid right here, and his Negroid right here, why they had the same fucking facial expression on this motherfucker? That's the kind of shit I think about. That's the kind of shit I consider. And not a day don't go by, I don't consider that kind of shit. This shit look all suspect to me. It all looks suspect to me, man. This is on motherfucking TV being promoted. Meanwhile, African-Americans, Africans, hey, yo, this truth, this research, this quality, hey, Buck, this work that you've been doing, hey, man, niggas is trying to steal from it. Niggas trying to manipulate it. Niggas doing all kinds of wild shit. Niggas want to argue. Niggas want to be agents. Everybody got to say something about African-American Africans. Everybody want to fucking duplicate, imitate, and all that kind of shit. Hey, yo, them niggas is fucking agents, in my opinion.
No, they are agents, but you have to remember where they get their love and all their support from is from the other 99% who don't know a goddamn thing.
Who don't think.
They won't even, these people will go and search for the Greeks, search for Herodotus before they search for their own grandmamas.
Look at this bullshit. Look at this bullshit. Look at this shit. Look at it. Look. Councilmen, frat brothers rally for 2 black men arrested. Hey, yo, are you fucking kidding me, man? Look at all these dudes right here, man. Look at this shit here, man. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Is it not obvious? Is it not blatant? Is it not clear? Are you not aware? Look at this shit. NBC. This is syndicated. And look at the advertisement over here. You see the advertisement on the right? The advertisement on the front? Did you see how they do this shit?
And then there's the mess. Then I heard about
the fuck out of here, man. Come on, y'all. All right, man. See, I spend a lot of time with this shit, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, yo. Oh, look at it. All right, man. Let's fast forward. Now they're ABC. News exclusive. They're representing for quote unquote black African American men going to Starbucks.
Now, how much publicity, how much advertising did that stunt give Starbucks? Because remember, you're not the only ones, and this is another reason why we always lose. We think that we're the only ones watching this and that we're the only ones that can get emotional and dumb on this. Other people are watching it too, and other people applaud what Starbucks did.
They're like, get them niggas out of there. Those American Indians. Nigger means American Indian. But get them niggas away from us because we want their land. We want to exterminate them, and they don't need to be where we are when we're having coffee in the morning.
Exactly. And you're too dumb to realize this is your home and realize that some of your relatives are growing coffee beans in the mountains of South America, in the Caribbean, in the Jamaica, growing coffee beans. Why don't you contract with them and get coffee beans and start your own coffee shops and your own coffee home? The African American will never think of that. They don't believe in that. You know what the African American are? The picture you just show of all those men in suits.
Yep, let me run it back.
That's the African American. That's the white boy's clone.
Oh my fucking goodness, man! And yo, you know, I just shared.
What have those men done in the last 100 years to help the people, the indigenous people, move forward and try to sustain themselves on this planet? What have those men done to move that forward?
Oh, you want to know what they done? You want to know what they done? All right, let me run it back real quick. Run it back. I'm gonna show this video real quick. Let's know what they done. Let's know what they done. This is what they done. Bear with me.
Yeah.
My
Listen.
question is this.
In regards to your question, Buck.
And that's some time, brother. We're gonna keep it moving.
Does the attachment of the color black to power and nationalism undermine the copper-skinned indigenous Americans' recognition for their stolen land? And I'm defining this under Noah Webster's definition in 1828 dictionary, which defines who the real American is, and not the European that attached themselves to that name. They knew who we were when we got here. Not all of us came over from Africa. So I want that question addressed.
Hey, Buck.
That was probably addressed to the students at the Harvard Law School.
Yes.
All right, Buck. Now, I don't think I had a conversation with you about this one yet. I think we talked about it before, but I'm saying, did you see all those faces in the audience, though? Oh, let's run it back real quick.
Addressed to the students at the Harvard
Run it back real quick.
So
Look at all those faces there. We got what appears to be two females, because that one behind we got one lighter complexion female, and then you have what appears to be another female. I don't know, man. I have no fucking clue. All right, shit's strange nowadays. But we got all these dudes. This guy who's speaking with his question, he's very, 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 very serious, right? And everybody else just look like either confused, stuck, or part of the bullshit, in my opinion. How did you feel watching this man ask the question with those people in the background? How did you feel about that?
Well, I didn't feel anything, because it's the same thing you said. They're confused. He's not even sure of the questions he's asking. He's going to Cornell West to ask a question. Are you serious?
But I think he's from what I'm aware of, he himself is a teacher, and he was making a point here. He was setting a precedence with his presentation of that question, and he was obviously frustrated. Like he was being rushed off the microphone, and he waited to be on the microphone to speak.
Well, when he got to the microphone, he paused and did all that other nigga shit that niggas do. You don't get to the point. You think, you try to come, I don't know what I want. Ask the question. But that's not the point. Who was he asking the question to? Cornell West?
And Malik Shabazz.
Who? Okay. So what have those two dudes put out that would move the indigenous people forward?
Nothing, and they say it right here.
So this guy is a teacher, so when you say teacher, I'm not impressed, because indigenous students are the school system. 60% of your children don't make it out of the school system, and we like to pat teachers on the back like they're doing something. Any other job that was doing the work that teachers were doing, you would demand your money back. But you send your children to these people to learn, and you think it's something. That's what I mean about the African American man. How are we looking at this?
Yeah, man. Honestly, like as a single man, yeah, I have extreme scrutiny right now. I might be extremely critical. I don't know, man. But I think we all need to be extremely critical based on what we know in regards to history alone. People want to talk shit about my passion, all kinds of whatever the fuck. But yo, man, what about the quality of the presentation, man? What about the quality of the content, man?
Well, that's what they can complain about what you're saying.
But they don't complain about them cable bills, do they?
No.
Exactly. So therefore, those complaints don't mean shit to me.
So what do you think? What do you think about the foreigners? What do you think about the Indians, the Asians, the Africans, all these people coming over, and they see the indigenous group with these looks on these faces? Look at the brother to the left of the picture, the one with the beard. What do you think all these foreigners think when they see you, when they see the people asking questions like that? What do you think the foreigners think?
Dumb nigga.
The same that you would think if you went over to Africa, Indonesia, any place, and you saw the everyday people going up asking people questions, the same thing you think. They think that these are dumb people. Now I know it's a little prop used to wake people up, but these are the extents we have to go through to get information to people, and we still don't get it.
Hey yo, man, I'm not a motherfucker trying to be niggas friends, man. I ain't trying to be friends with niggas, man. Like, I'm about to block some niggas right now, man. Like, dead ass, man. Like, yo, a couple hours, yo, I'm about to block niggas straight the fuck up. Like remove fucking weirdos from my goddamn friend request list and all that kind of bullshit. And I'm just gonna put this out there real quick. Hey, yo, send me a message. Yo, engage me in communication before you send me a motherfucking friend request, man. I don't need you liking my post or my commentary and all that kind of bullshit. Like, yo, I ain't trying to be no fucking nobody. I ain't trying to be nobody's celebrity. Period, man. You don't know what the fuck I'm dealing with in my reality, and I don't know what you're dealing with in yours. You might be a fucking fraternal brotherhood kind of fucking 501c3, 501cd kind of motherfucker that I really do not want to fuck with because you don't fuck with my people by default by you being a member of them fucking foreign goddamn organizations. That kind of shit is what I keep in mind before I consider communicating with a motherfucker. Just to be honest right now, man. And like, yo, shut the fuck up. And yo, like, yo, I'm just putting this on the air right now. I'm putting this in the air. Yo, seriously? If I know you and you fuck with these fucking foreign weirdo ass niggas, hey, yo, real shit. Yo, our contact is gonna be real brief. It's gonna be real short. And like dead ass, man, I really don't got time to give a fuck about anything that you doing. Anything that you doing, I really don't got time to give a fuck about, man. Because at the end of the day, yo, you don't give a fuck about me and my people, man. My people's American, and y'all part-time black, fucking full-time goddamn working for foreigners, and then you got a fucking fraction of your goddamn time thinking about my people. And that's bullshit. I'm just putting it out there right now, man. There's a lot of sucker shit going on beyond all the goddamn entertainment, man. There's some political variables, economic variables, some social variables. It's a lot of different variables, man. A lot of different shit is happening right now. Niggas getting locked up right now. Somebody getting plotted on right now to get robbed, to get shot, get stabbed, get killed right now. Babies is being abused. Our American babies being abused right now. And y'all niggas is sitting down chilling with foreigners, and they foreign people don't give a fuck about what their own foreign people is doing on our land. So therefore, I can't really fuck with y'all niggas like that. That's simple. I just want to put that out there real quick, man. I'm not here for fucking friends. I ain't here for fellowship and followership, subscribers and likes and all that kind of bullshit. Nah, I need this shit to be here. And guess what, yo? When I produce my offspring would know what Tomahawk Tony did. It's for our youth, man. Because guess what? I'm training my youth when they come into the picture, my youth will know how to treat your youth if they're not relative. That simple. Coward season is over. Scout season is approaching. Little do you know it's on. Yo, Buck, my apologies. I just wanted to throw that disclaimer out there real quick. I'm about full disclosure, you already know. But it's very interesting here, especially when we get to this part here. I'm gonna fast forward. Hey, Buck, you still here?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll be here for a couple more minutes, man.
No doubt, no doubt. I ain't trying to take your time, man. You already know. Look.
Jackie, you want to hear from what I want to say is this. We got to, we're in the teaching phase right now. And
you hear that shit? Hey, Buck, how do you feel about that shit, yo? That's the response. We're in a teaching phase right now. How do you feel about Cornel West nodding his head?
I don't know.
Look. Here you go right there. That's a dude, Malik Shabazz, or what have you. He's an attorney, and he's saying we're in a teaching phrase. Or no, he said phrase. That's what he said. So I'm running back for clarity, though. I want to run it back, yo, because I want your feedback on this part right here. Give me 1 second. I want your feedback.
What I want to say is this. We got to, we're in the teaching phase right now, and I don't know if do you want to hang out in the lobby for a while?
All right, I'm gonna leave it right there. Hey, Buck, how do you feel? Following the question?
He just, this is what I mean about how we're dumb. Now, if you look at whatever you said the guy is, Zulu Shabazz, if you just go back and look with the people that he was supposed to be affiliated with over the past 20 years,
yeah,
you teaching phase, brother, you're at the National Press Club. You're in Washington, D.C. This is the kind of platform that you have to disseminate information amongst the people. And when a brother from the hood asks you, what about the indigenous people? You babbling and talking all this crazy stuff that nobody can understand. But one thing I want you to notice about this, you notice how they have the audience sitting, looking up at them like there's something great.
That's right.
That's major. That's major in the how the Negro learns. They're always looking up to somebody like they know something, and they really don't know anything.
And that's right there ties into social engineering. Yo, let me just run back the subject matter of this discussion real quick. The ability to adapt, social engineering, social media, the recent blacklisting of African Americans in various public, foreign-owned businesses, the 60s era, history repeating itself. What did we learn from the film How to Sell the Negro? Our American people, as detailed in consumer data reports, will support brands that show images of our brown people. And so therefore, like you just said, Buck, here it is. We got some brown people right here. And now people will support these niggas. They're like, yeah, we love these guys right here. Dr. Cornel West, Malik Shabazz. He's a Muslim. He's a fucking professor. But behind the scenes, niggas is Kappa, Alpha, Psi, Beta, Greek letter, fucking fraternity motherfuckers. And what the fuck does it got to do with America and Americans? Because our people haven't been taught that kind of clear goddamn truth. We really need to pay attention, y'all. Because this is all social engineering right here. The National Press Club, as Buck just pointed out right there. National Press Club. These niggas is being looked up to. They're on the goddamn stage. And for what exactly?
Where's your press club? Where's your press club?
The National Press Club. Where news happens. Where's our? That's why A4 is here. Ayo, African members, do y'all not get news from us? Buck set it up. Buck is the founder. Buck made the ebook. It's a fully published book. It's a fully printable book. It's a book that's available. You can get the hard copy or you can get the e-copy. T-shirts, continuous information daily pertaining to our American people. Hey, Buck, can you share with us why you set up African Americans and Africans real quick?
Because when you look out into the landscape, you see that the people who now go by the moniker African American, they're being obliterated from the planet. And when people say, well, what do you mean? What do you mean we're being wiped out? We're not being wiped out. Oh, yes, you are. First thing you're being wiped out is you're being wiped out because you're killing each other. You have a disdain for each other that is, I mean, I've never seen before. Another reason that you get wiped out is abortions. Now, we don't like to look at that because when we look at it, we always think that could have been me. And it could have been. And so we kill our unborn. And if you pull up the documentary, it's a documentary, Ma'afa 21. Since abortions became legal in the early 70s, we have snuffed out over 300 million lives, 300 million abortions. Now, you can take the 300 millions that was murdered, but also take into account of the children that they would have bore had they made it through. So this is what I mean. We're being genocided out. Then take on the homosexuality thing. See, they try to use this homosexuality thing like, oh, we hate
that too.
We don't really care. You can have sex with a fire hydrant if you want to. I don't care. But we're not understanding the context. Homosexual means one. Nothing is created nothing in nature is created with using just one entity. So we think the men can go around acting like females. And Frances Cress Welsing bought this up. The men who are gay, the men who are offering themselves to their oppressors, they're doing that hoping when the hammer of white supremacy falls, they won't be offended by it, and they will. They think that if they act more like a woman than a man, that the police will be nicer to them. This is like you say, this is a whole setup used to get rid of the indigenous people. Another reason, look how we're being locked up in these jails. Look how we're being wiped out in these hospitals. So I started African American because I started African Americans ain't Africans because I started seeing all this going on. It's like, damn.
Hey,
we're being wiped out. Yes.
Hey, Buck, I just want to share this with you real quick. Now, in regards to social engineering, because Buck, I see you as an engineer. All right. You've been very intricate, very important, very valuable, to say the least. In regards to encouraging quality amongst our people. The difference is between what you've done and what they do as far as the foreigners and their media outreach. Right now, the reason why I pulled this up here is because some years ago, like, I'm a business development consultant, as you know. I had a client who was from Kenya. He wanted me to assist him with branding and this, that, and the other. And so in the middle of me providing, the business development services I provide, I was asking him questions about Kenya. I've never been there. Don't have plans on going there, but I was just curious to know what be going on in Kenya. So he shared some shit with me. And he shared with me that, the major newspapers in Kenya are French. They come out of France. And so what he shares with me is the fact that on a cover of a newspaper in Kenya that's published by the French. And so you have these people from Kenya who wake up first thing in the morning, the paper's already delivered, it's already been published, already been printed, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Some shit like this is on a cover. This is why I have this up right now. Kenyan marries another man in the USA or some shit like that, right? Now, you have some men in a country where they do not. We're talking about the whole population of Kenya. At one point in time, did not fuck with homosexuality. And now this is on the cover of their paper. He's also telling me, because I asked him, I'm like, damn, so like, how did the people respond? He's like, hey, yo, we don't like that shit. We don't fuck with that shit. I'm like, so what? The people got the newspaper and then what? He's like, well, basically, the politicians in Kenya, these African motherfuckers, those kind of African motherfuckers, all right? This Mr. Ben Guitar on the right, and what have you, them kind of motherfuckers who be marrying other males or whatever the fuck they want to call them, mankind marrying mankind, all right? He shared with me that, yeah, basically, the motherfuckers have private parties in Kenya. The politicians do. Where they broker these agreements would alter the terrain of the whole goddamn country. And I was like, goddamn. So I'm going to close this out because this shit is disgusting as fuck to me. But I just want to fast forward. We just saw a moment ago where it said they got those two. You got a Kenyan man, and then you have this Caucasoid male, man, whatever the fuck you want to call these people, man. They got married in the USA. Then fast forward right here. Here it is. We have this other website here, Mawak, Lishi, or some shit like that.com. Kenyan woman in the U.S. weds American model in a gay marriage. This is dated February 19, 2018. This is social engineering. This is social engineering, which ties into our negligence in regards to our engineering of our societies. We have a duty. We have a duty. With our duty is not to be black, it's not to be African American, not to be none of this fucking foreign, frivolous bullshit that degrades, that defames the character of our people. It's none of that shit. And what Buck has done, he has provided with his wisdom an atmosphere within social media in which we can, those of us that value, that appreciate our individual selves and our collective selves, to communicate as the internet was intended to be done with. Focus on ourselves. Not none of that fucking Moorish, which is African, not none of that Hebrew or Christian, which is all African and European and all this other fucking bullshit. No. We have a duty to ourselves. And yo, it's too many people that rather indulge and partake in consumerism of foreign shit. That's why I say kill foreign media, kill propaganda, kill your TV, and all that kind of shit. Because this shit is really ridiculous right now. It's really ridiculous. You want to know how civilizations died? Like all y'all niggas out there that done study fucking Egyptology and meta and all of that kind of shit. Have you ever asked yourselves how did that shit become extinct? Well, we're becoming extinct right now. And I done showed you text. I've showed you text where this is a part of strategies of war. This is a part of strategies of war. If you don't know who your grandmother is, you heard Phoenix where she said blatantly, she said it real clearly. Grandma killers. You don't want to know who your grandmother was? Who she was married to, or who she produced you as the offspring, the posterity of, and all of that kind of good shit? How you came to being, you don't care about that, but you care about what the foreigners tell you? You don't care about foreigners being able to come to the land of your grandmammy and grandpappy and etc. They're being called Americans when they get here. They just got here. Even fresh from Africa, they just got here. As well as Europeans and whoever the fuck else. They want to be American, but meanwhile, you're cool with being black, American, and etc. Like, how can they be American and you cannot be American? Wow, because you told them that you're not American? You're a derivative of an American? You see how this shit works? This is social engineering, yeah? Hey, Buck, I ain't trying to take your time, man. My apologies.
What were you saying?
I said, yo, I'm not trying to take your time.
Oh, no, you cool, man. I'll let you know when I got to roll.
But no, I'm saying, man, I would like your feedback on what I just said, man. Like, did I say anything wrong? Is everything right?
No, man, you fine.
I strive for relativity with my people. That's what I strive for, man. We need to be relative to each other. You see how the foreign is able to do? How does white supremacy work? I ask a simple question. How can quote unquote white supremacists, how can white supremacists be white supremacists? Well, they have to come to a fucking mutual goddamn agreement. A relative fucking agreement. Where them motherfuckers who are not quote unquote white, they're Caucasian, one. Two, they're also shit, they were shipped here. They were shipped here. They were sent here via what's called British transportation. I done shared all this information in previous videos and previous radio shows, etc. Define it for yourselves. Know exactly what you're dealing with. Let me pull up the picture. Because I got it right here. White cargo. White cargo. That's how this is the origins of white supremacy right fucking there. If you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. This is white supremacy right here. White fucking cargo.
People who colonized you. So if we
want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. How did white cargo become? How did it transform into white supremacy when it says right there, the forgotten history of Britain's white slaves in America? Let's talk about it, yeah? Coward season is over. Hey, real shit, I've already talked about it. I need y'all to have discussions amongst your own, in your homes, your communities, your families, your relatives, your friends, while you're going out to support white supremacy, all these businesses in which apparently via white media, because guess what? Do we own ABC, NBC, CBS? I mean, shit, we could own it if we was to fucking apply ourselves. We could own it. We could if we wanted to, right? But guess what? Too many people don't want to own shit. How many motherfuckers do you know that be talking about, I'm on my way to plantation? I'm on my way to plantation. Yeah, I'm a boss, but I'm on my way to plantation. How the fuck does that shit sound, man? Yo, as a man, I can't say that shit to no woman I'm attracted to. Straight the fuck up. I can't do it. I'm on my way to plantation, mom. Yeah, let me, I'm trying to get some pussy tonight after I go to plantation. The fuck out of here, nigga. You sound crazy as fuck. But yo, then for our mothers and daughters, yo, y'all be fucking with these kind of dudes though, right? See how this shit works? Social engineering? See how it works? And let me just fast forward just a little bit. We got another image right here. Look at this shit right here. Celebrity butt implants. Look at this stupid ass shit. Stupid shit. Stupid shit. Motherfuckers want to be talking about goddamn veganism and all this goddamn other motherfucking holistic fucking health shit and all this goddamn fucking cosmetic fucking. Get the fuck out of here. What was your grandmother doing? Was your grandmother dealing with some goddamn ass injections? Fuck out of here, man. I'm saying, yo. Yo, we got reality to be dealing with, yo. You allowing your own offspring, your own youth. You ain't trying to study no fucking trust law. You're not trying to study no fucking law. But you want to support the motherfuckers that you see on TV that go out and march, and you want to support the motherfuckers that talk about all that bullshit because it's what black is associated with it? How to sell the Negro. Guess what, Negro? Since you want to be a Negro, you have been sold. Since you want to be a Negro and you want to be derivatives of a Negro, you have been sold. And if you have not been, guess what? That means you're selling something. That means you're preparing something. That means you're doing something. Consumers versus producers. This is what the fuck I encourage. I encourage awareness. Period, yo. I encourage awareness. Awareness and preparedness goes together. If knowledge is power, if you don't have power, that makes you fucking powerless, right? By default, right? Y'all see the information on my channel, the radio shows, everything the African Africans have done. Yo, we got Buck on the line right now. Hey, Buck, if I'm lying, I'm flying, right?
Yep.
Hey, Buck, in your opinion, hey, yo, are we dealing with some silly fucking niggas? Yo, I call them sniggers. They not niggas. They sniggers to me, man. Cause I'm looking for niggas right now. I need our people to be the niggas we've always been and be better than the niggas we've always been. Cause foreigners came here with that bullshit. They identified us as being niggers. Niggers, American Indian, right? Nigger produces the derivative of a nigga. I appreciate my niggas. I appreciate my people. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, it sounds derogatory. Yeah, it sounds this. Yeah, it sounds that. But I'll tell you something, man. You know what? I appreciate my real people at the end of the goddamn day. I appreciate my real people. And unfortunately, I don't know enough of them, yo. I don't see enough of them. I see a whole bunch of niggas paying for fucking cable bills, wanting to participate in general fucking consumerism, debtorism. I mean, shit, yo. I connect motherfuckers so they can get shit done, and they don't even want to get shit done for their motherfucking self. Male or female. I'm not biased. Hey, yo, sniggers do what sniggers do. Hey, yo, I know my people for putting in work, man. Straight the fuck up. Yo, if you don't know, yo, man, if you're not even interested in doing your own genealogy, you ain't taking time out. I tell hey, Buck, did you hear me a couple years ago? What was that, 2015, when I asked motherfuckers for 15 minutes a day?
Yes.
15 minutes a fucking day. I prepare content. 15 minutes a day I asked for. For response, in response to what we all should be doing together. And out of that shit, damn, Buck. We ain't get out of 15 motherfuckers, we ain't get 15 minutes a day. Shit, man. I know this though. 3 years later, we got like what? At most fucking 3 out of 15 that they put in fucking years. That was just 3 years ago. You see how this shit works? Hey, I really need y'all to be aware. I need y'all to be prepared. I need y'all to know what social engineering is. Are you engineering yourself socially? How do you socialize with yourself? What do you tell yourself? This is not for me, y'all. I could be a real selfish ass nigga if I want to be. And I'll be honest with you, I'm really, really, really about to be. I'm really about to be the fuck up out of here. Just because. I'm be fucking with those that don't fuck with me. Y'all heard this shit through the music and all of that kind of shit, but yo, do y'all know niggas that really, really, really be fucking getting work done? That be like, fuck all that dumb shit? Fuck the stupid shit? Yeah, I ain't trying to go to your fucking, I ain't trying to go with you no motherfucking club. I ain't trying to go with you to the movie, see Black Panther and all that fucking stupid shit. That's the fame of the character, your very own people. I ain't trying to do none of that, shorty. No, I'm not. Now, life is for the living. It's truly about people working towards killing themselves, right? It's that simple with me, y'all. Hey,
Well,
Buck, how you feel?
you have to take into account that the people who push this ideology, what happens to them? They get rewarded for it. So what you're saying is true, but a Christian pastor, he's not going to keep making sure that his congregation, he's going to make sure they stay dumb. Why? So that he can keep getting that money. So we've helped build this construct or this matrix, and now we want the fruits of what we helped build. Isn't that what we always say? We built this country. Yeah. Well, how come you haven't built anything for yourself? Then they want to argue and fuss and fight. And so it's hard for them to admit that they were used to build another man's empire on their land. So they're not going to go ahead and break from that and try to build something for themselves. They're going to try to get out of it, their pensions or whatever. Because remember, a lot of these people have spent their lives working for this to keep what you see going. A lot of Negroes have done it. They don't care that black policemen kill black people. They don't care. They just want to get their paper or they want to get paid. How you always say, the only thing that interests the Negro is money.
Dollar dignity.
So his being can't be used. The earth, it can't be used. It can't use anything to work with the earth because he doesn't work with the earth. He's not a part of the natural world. He's a part of the artificial world. And that's all they can do. So I'm to the point now, when I started out, I was like you, but now it's like, let them go. Let them go.
Word.
Let them go. Because you will give yourself a heart attack arguing with these cats. And they know. They know what they're doing.
I ain't the one to argue though, yo. I ain't the one to argue, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck arguing, man.
I'm not saying that you want to argue, but I'm saying that's what these cats are put up. Let them go, man. If you tell these cats if you sharing some information with these cats, and like I say, you want to make it whenever you're talking to an African American, you have to talk like you're talking to a baby, because they've been so dumbed down, they don't even think. And once you break it down to them, because I explain stuff, I talk to little 8-year-old kids, 10-year-old kids. They understand. They would be in this conversation right now, understanding what we're saying. It's only when we get the grown ass man, African American, that he don't understand nothing. He doesn't understand.
And that right there is the beauty in the horror.
Yeah,
that's the beauty in the horror. How the youth have the beauty. With these old niggas, man, that's where the horror is, man.
Yeah. They help build it. That's all. They help build it. They don't care that they done killed their grandmamas out. They don't care. Ask them. And they'll tell, and when you ask them, that the first look that they gives you their answer. They're gonna lie and say, yeah, how come niggas don't make cigarettes today? The tobacco industry is yours. Why don't you make your own cigarettes and sell them to the world? See, when you ask the average,
this shit right here, that's the shit right there. That's why.
Why? Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. How come you don't make when you look at it, indigenous people's clothes, what they used to wear, that's some of the baddest shit I've ever seen in my life. How come you don't produce your own clothes now?
Look at this shit. They was wearing pants, jewelry while they was going to war. They had satchels. Come on, man. Like, you see this shit? These Europeans depicted out people, man.
Yeah. Fuck. How come you don't make purses today and charge other people $10,000 for your purses? Because you want to serve you. Huh?
Nah, man, I was laughing about it real quick. I'm like, yo, that's the shit right there. Like, yo, man, I'm about to charge $100K for my shit coming soon, yo. I got some fire coming real soon. It's gonna be, yo, $100K minimum fucking with my shit, yo. Like, niggas don't know me like that to be fucking with me, man. Straight the fuck up, yo. And like, yeah, my clientele exclusive for real, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this right here, call this shit public service right now, man. Call this shit public fucking service right now, man. PSA kind of shit. This is PSAs right now, man. Tomahawk Tony, this is a PSA coming from Tomahawk Tony.
Well, check out
Like, yo,
Tomahawk
man,
Tony. I gotta get on up now, man. But check this out, man. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. Yeah, man. Keep giving out information, and make sure the information connects with something that the people can use. Because we're definitely in desperate need of it right now.
Hey, man. At the end of the day, people need to know how to use themselves instead of letting foreigners use them.
Exactly.
That's what I encourage all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? But yo, Buck, yo, you appreciate it. Yo, yeah, man, we concluding right now. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hey, Buck, yo, much appreciation to you. Look forward to your presence again. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, we're gonna keep it rocking though. You know what I mean?
Cool, brother. Cool, brother.
Much appreciation, yo. You be good.
All right, later.
Yup, Calvin season is over.
All rights reserved.
Hello? What's up, girls? Ain't nothing. This nigga in here stressing, talking that old off-the-wall back to Africa shit again. What, that guy body shift? Yeah, that dumb shit. I'm trying to get up out of here. I hear that.
But you're not black. Remember, we only kill black people. Yeah, we only kill black people, right? They don't look like Indians to me, and they don't look like Indians to Indians. They don't look like Indians.
He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work.
Got no strings. I've got no strings, so I have fun. I'm not tied up to anyone. They got strings, but you can see there are no strings on me.
He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work.
We're part of an international organization, Mr. Welch. Two of the greatest thinkers in the world believe social scientists must be allowed to study behavior unfettered by conventional concepts. And believe me, we've learned an incredible amount about the human mind and behavior since we started these experiments. I want to ask you a question, and that is, what is in your life's blueprint? This is the most important and crucial period of your lives, for what you do now and what you decide now at this age may well determine which way your life shall go.
I wanna know what's going on, baby. Yes, I wanna know what's going on right now. Oh, what's going on? Tell me, yeah, what's going on? All right.
The movement, if it wanted to, into the possession of a man who's become senile in his old age and perhaps doesn't realize it. And then he has surrounded himself by his children who are now in power and want nothing but luxury and security and comfort and will do anything to safeguard their own interests. So I feel responsible for having played a major role in developing a criminal organization. It was not a criminal organization at the outstart. It was an organization that had the power, the spiritual power, to reform the criminal. And this is what you have to understand. As long as that strong spiritual power was in the movement, it gave the moral strength to the believer that would enable him to rise above all his negative tendencies. I know for a fact that there is a conspiracy between the Muslims and the Lincoln Rockwell Nazi and also the Ku Klux Klan. There is a conspiracy. Describe this conspiracy. Well, the Ku Klux Klan made a deal, yes, when I said that no one can clean up our home but us, and that we will clean it up, including and no one should control it but us, including the politics. What do I mean? I mean exactly that. Community intends to get involved in every kind of action that's going on in New York City. We don't intend to let anybody downtown influence us in any way, shape, or form. We want the influence to come from Harlem and from other Harlems around the country. Now, this doesn't mean we're outside of Harlem. This doesn't mean we're anti-Bronx or anti-White Plains or anti-white or anti-German or anything like that. But it means we're pro-Harlem. We're pro-ourselves. We want to start doing something for ourselves. That's all it means. It means that we want to stop begging you for your school. We want you to get out of the way and let us straighten out the schools in Harlem.
Why they making schools in Africa? Why all them motherfuckers, all them niggas make schools in Africa, right? Niggas forgot, right? Niggas forgot. But now they about to get this work, right? Yeah.
A4 Media.
All rights reserved. That kind of shit. Much appreciation to y'all. Calvin season is over.